Hi everyone, how are you today? I'm stocking up my apothecary today and I'm making soap. I'm very busy, but I've just come outside to have a look around and it's really interesting. We've got a fresh crop of nettles here. It's mid-November and we have a fresh crop of nettles and they look luscious and green, and I'm going to collect some later on because they're definitely a new crop and they're not old and past it, which is really unusual because it's mid-November. And I'm just looking around at the trees and we have had some leaf fall and we do have several trees are turning yellow and gold, but it's a slow process. It's quite a slow process. And over here, if you can believe it, there's a beautiful fresh new borage plant in flower. This is really unusual. These should be dying away, and yet it's in flower. And it's only just popped up. It hasn't been here long at all. So I don't know what's going on. Lately, can't sleep for the heat at night. It's very strange. Obviously, it's climate change or something is going on. But I have to get on and get my apothecary stocked up nevertheless. So I'm going to go into the house now and start straining some tinctures and prepare for some soap making. And look here, another flourishing of nasturtiums. You know, they also should be gone by now. They're still coming into flower. There's flowers here. Maybe if all the world leaders didn't travel in private jets, we wouldn't have this issue. Anyway, the soap work is coming to an end. It's finishing off for the year. And there's lots of roots here that I'm going to dig out and use in soap making as well, and making some shampoo. So we'll sort that out. With the advent of winter, I always feel kind of a propensity to do nesting and get everything prepared for the worst. So usually I'd use a couple of these for soap, but I'm going to go a bit crazy and use all of these and have a massive batch of soap made, and then I probably won't have to worry about it for a year. And if you want to know how to make soap, there'll be a card or something coming up shortly. And I'm going to make some laundry liquid as well and get that all ready. And then I'll feel that I'm prepared. It's a kind of old-fashioned sense. I like to imagine, the hot press full of nice, clean, fresh towels and bedding and things like that. And I'm also going to get my apothecary up to date. I've got all these tinctures and more to strain, and that's what I'm going to do now. So one of my favourite herbs is Hawthorn, and I have a lot of Hawthorn made. Lots of people suffering with stress and anxiety, they're getting heart palpitations, and Hawthorn is such a wonderful remedy for the heart. It really helps with physiological issues such as palpitations, high blood pressure, but it's also wonderful for grieving hearts. And I think for talking to people, a lot of people are grieving at the moment for their old lives and for their hopes and dreams that may well not come true now because life has changed so much. So there is a lot of grief, I'm afraid to say. And of course, some people have lost people to sickness and to other things. So I'm just straining this off, and then I'm going to put it into one of the brown bottles there. So Hawthorn, apart from it being for the heart on a physical and physiological level, it's also works metaphysically. It helps your heart to open. It helps you to love yourself, which is vitally important. And it is also one of the favourites of the fairies, the she. So for me, the blossom in May smells absolutely beautiful. Some people don't like it. Some people think it has a smell of death. It's very much associated with fertility and procreation. And it has been put into brides' bouquets and into bedrooms for those very reasons. I'll put all the berries there into the chicken scraps and see if I've got any more tincture on these. Look at the berries. They were bright red when they went into the tincture, so you can see how much has been drawn into the vodka. You can see that the vodka has turned red. Even if you don't feel you need Hawthorn for physical assistance, you can work with Hawthorn to just to open your heart and to work with the fairy energy. It's all very beneficial for your land or for your garden. And of course, because it's at its best in May, the time of fertility and creativity, it could help with creative projects as well. Now, the chickens are going to probably get tipsy on all these berries. So I harvested the leaves and blossoms in springtime and the beginning of summer, and I harvested the berries in September and early October. So they are all going now to make a whole plant tincture of leaves, blossom and berries. I'm just going to strain it now into the bottle. And I'll put another little bit of muslin in here just in case there's any tiny bits. I used to be in the Girl Guides, so I really think the motto of be prepared sunk in to me, and I just love this time of year for preparation, preparing for winter, making sure everything's to hand. It gives you a good feeling of comfort and a feeling of abundance. And I know that I'm ready for anything. So these are some of the other tinctures that I'm going to strain today. Some of them aren't ready, but these all are. So I have dock root. This is going to be great for the liver after the Yuletide celebrations, just to help people cleanse and restore themselves. I've got plantain tincture. Brilliant for so many things. In Irish, it's slán luas, which means the herb of health. So you can use it for the respiratory system, the urinary system. I mean, it's in my little book if you want to know more about it. I've got oat straw tincture because if you remember, I grew some oats this year, and you take the milky tops when they're just before they turn golden, and it's a fantastic nervine, a restorative for people who are struggling with anxiety and stress. Borage as well. Borage is wonderful for the adrenal system. So if anybody feels they're really burned out, borage is the herb to go to. I've got wormwood because everybody picks up parasites. You don't have to go abroad to an exotic country. You can pick up parasites from working outside, from stroking dogs and cats and being around animals. And it's beneficial to do a couple of weeks of wormwood every now and again. It's very strong and potent, so you don't need to do it for longer than that. You could maybe have a system where you do a couple of weeks on, a week or two off. And then I've got mullein, leaf and root and flower. I like to do a whole plant tincture, and mullein is a fantastic respiratory plant, and it's good for breathing difficulties of all kinds. And lemon balm. I love lemon balm. It's another fantastic nerve vine. It's great for the digestive system. For those people who get upset tummies because their nerves are at them, it just works beautifully. I've also got a lot of sage here that needs to be chopped up finely so that we can make sage and onion stuffing for the dinner when we get to Yule and the solstice, when we celebrate. So I'm going to get on with this and let you go off and do your things. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you prepare for winter and what makes you feel safe and secure. And oh my God, I'm so busy. I've got all the soap to make as well. So I must go. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.